What is going on, everybody? It's me, Severin7. It's you, it's me, it's us here for another weekly live stream, and it's also the Ducks. That's right, I got an awesome new duck shirt and I'm loving it. I also chopped off half my hair, in case you didn't notice that. But we are here for another weekly live stream full of standard brews and fun. The ladder reset recently, so we are going to be climbing our way through Platinum and Diamond, hopefully with great success. I've got some interesting and fun new brews to share with you guys this week. Before we get into that, if you would take a quick moment to hit that like button so that we can get out there to everybody. The more people here to chat, the more people to have fun, the better of a time we can have. So also, and anytime I get enough people in here, we actually start talking about brewing decks, I'm liable to even brew up something live for you guys, so we'll have to see. Also, I'd like to just take a quick moment to mention that starting next week, I will begin to have some actual members only live content. My memberships already include access to my private Discord, anything from Discord to just behind the scenes stuff about my life or about what I'm doing. I've had memberships for a while now, but I haven't really done too much with content for them, but I'm planning on actually starting to do that. So if you're ever at all interested in that, the bottom tier starts at $2.99 per month, and that will get you access to all my members only live streams, my Discord, behind the scenes pictures, things like that. And I plan on trying to have some cool and interesting fun stuff going on there. So with that, let's get into the brews. All right, so I've got a few for you guys this week. The one I'm going to start with is this Gruul Goblins list. Sort of my own take on the goblin archetype that's been getting popular, but I think that adding green adds some interesting stuff to the list, which I will go over with you shortly. I've got an artifact aggro list that's been doing so well that I might actually make a video out of it. I have a mono blue merfolk list that I've been really enjoying. I've tinkered around and changed quite a bit my anti-meta Abzan deck that I played last week on stream. And now that the ladder's reset, we're playing against a lot more meta decks as people try to rank up to Mythic. So the deck will be a little bit more in line with what needs to be going on the ladder than it was when we were in like low Mythic last stream. So we've got Token Town, which is a really fun token-based deck. Monument of Conquest, which is a Lich Knight's Conquest monument deck that's really fun. And then a Nahiri, this one does have Nahiri's Resolve in it, but this is more about making lots of forges and making lots of synthesizers. So we've got a synthesizer forge list. And then I also, if you guys are in the mood for some more controlling stuff, I have a siphon control artifact list that is based, well, it's not really an artifact list, it's more based on winning with Aether Siphon. So not really artifact based, it's actually barely any artifacts. It's kind of a Storm Chaser's Talon, this town ain't big enough, with some like other bouncy stuff, some other cool mid-rangey Dimir stuff, and then the goal is to either win through Jace triggers or Aether Siphon triggers. And it is quite a fun time, so we'll probably get to that later on in the stream. But to start, we're going to play Gruul Goblins, so let's go ahead and get into that. Show you the list real quick before we start. It's mostly what you see with the current lists, but I'm adding green because I think that Redshift Rocketeer Chief and Afterburner Expert are really awesome additions to give the deck a little bit of additional grinding capability. Redshift Rocketeer Chief being able to power additional triggers for Burnout Bastronaut, also being able to take advantage of Grease Wrench Goblin, being able to activate Soulstone Sanctuaries and Restless Ridgelines with the mana from him can also be quite useful. And then we also can, you know, more cheaply activate Afterburner Expert and Boom Scholar. Boom Scholar is an interesting one because it gives us trample and also grows this into a 5/5. So it does reduce the cost of our Afterburner Expert and our Grease Wrench Goblins, as well as our Draconautics Engineer. I almost forgot to mention Draconautics Engineer, which this card's just really fun. Being able to, you know, attack with Redshift and then make a 4/4 at the end of turn or at the end of their turn is pretty sweet. And then we've got a couple of Krinkos and an Agatha Soul Cauldron in here to make sure that we can do all the fun stuff that the Goblin decks that are mono red get to do. But the list has actually been pretty good so far. I think I'm 4-0 with it right now. So we're gonna try this. See if we can get out of platinum maybe. I also like having the 2 Paw Patch formations. Oh, by the way, hi Obsidian. I'm sorry. I was explaining the deck and I saw your chat, but welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. But speak of the devil, Paw Patch formation. I like Paw Patch formation because we can hit temporary lockdowns and other problematic enchantments, or get rid of big scary flyers, or whatever we need to do. All right, mono red. Can we outrun mono red? That is the question. How fast is their start? Welcome, welcome everybody. All right, no blocks. I'm not dumb enough to block. See if they've got monstrous rages and stuff like that. Felonious Rage. Okay, it's a little less bad. And another Heartfire Hero. You got it. Alright. The question is, do I play Restless Ridgeline? I think I play Restless Ridgeline. I think we attack with Redshift and play Seer Slicer Goblin. As much as playing Dropkick Bomber feels good, Seer Slicer gives us more bodies. And if he doesn't have Trample, it gives us a little 1/1 to chump one of these Heartfire heroes. Because if he's playing Felonious Rage, he might not be playing. Was there a stick there? Am I willing to risk it? Of course he has Monstrous Rage. Why wouldn't he? Why would he not? That would just be too nice for us, wouldn't it? Alright, Dropkick Bomber. Get in. And hope to God there's some way we can survive this turn. Monstrous Rage might help. Alright, Swift Spear, and he's got 1 card left. What is it? Alright, so we're at 7. We can't kill Heartfire heroes, so we have to take 5, basically. So I think our best bet is to block here and to block here. Because if he has another burns spell, right? Because if we block any of this and it dies, we can't lose our Dropkick Bomber, or we lose on the following turn. We have to take this risk. If he has a burn spell, then we're just dead. Of course. Man, there's no way we can get around this either. Man, alright. It's always fun when Mono Red literally dumps their entire hand and they have exactly the cards they need to win. Just like they couldn't have had a land left in their hand, right? Like it had to be exactly a pump spell. It is what it is. Mono Red aggro will always be the top dog of aggro decks, at least until Monstrous Rage and Mouse go away. Monstrous Rage is only got a few more months left, but Mouse is stuck with us for a long time. Is the illest. This looks good. Okay. Burn out Bastronaut. I know a lot of people are really torn about these cool artwork or these artworks, but I actually really love these crazy artworks that they did for this set. I think it was really neat. Collector's Vault, great. So far I'm only seeing white mana though, so is it Omniscience combo? We have hope against Omniscience because of Paw Patch formation. They discarded a Collector's Vault. Well, that's good for us. I'm gonna play Afterburner Expert here. Get us up to speed 3. Oh, I agree, Obsidian. I think considering they had literally every card that they needed, we did pretty well. If they didn't have a pump spell, we won on the backswing, so I am quite happy with that. They just discarded White Sun's Twilight. What does that mean? Are we about to see a Sunfall? There's a stick, so they have something. I was gonna activate Exhaust, but I feel like if I just waste my mana, they have removal. Good call. Well, that means, at least for right this second, there's still a mana off. I'm gonna play Seer Slicer Goblin and hold up Paw Patch formation. Just in case this is Omniscience combo and they like somehow just haven't drawn a blue yet. Oh, there's the Sunfall. I guess we'll draw a card and make a food. Right. Well, let's hope they don't have another one. We gotta be aggressive now. Opponent's going to draw and discard. This would leave them enough mana for... They discard a Lockdown, that's bad news for us. But Afterburner Expert dodges Lockdown, so... Ooh, House Squad Heavy. Okay. House Squad Heavy is actually nice because it forces us to attack with this. And maybe we draw a goblin off of it. Nope. Alright. Well, here's hoping that the opponent doesn't have another Sunfall. Ride's End, of course. That's their whole turn, though. Seer Slicer Goblin's nice. So we'll play Dropkick Bomber so that we can attack with the Afterburn Expert. Opponent might block, might not, don't know. They go to 12. Alright, well. No Sunfall? No Sunfall? Lockdown doesn't do it. Aha! We have succeeded! Get out of here, Control. Gotta love it when an aggro deck actually overcomes a control deck. Especially when they actually had a Sunfall. El Amigo Lundo. We get to go first. This is a little slow, but I have faith. Mountain. Well, that makes me a little less excited. Our opponent's probably just gonna steal all of our Sear Slicer goblins. Yeah, Virtue of Persistence. Alright, so we need to get down in Agatha's Soul Cauldron so he can't steal our stuff. This isn't what I want to be doing, but... Mono Black is probably our worst matchup. Although this is a weird version of the deck. Okay, well he can't get back our goblin right this second, so I'm not gonna waste time with it yet. Okay, I would like to draw a land. That would be super awesome. Alright. How does this work? Whenever an opponent discards a card, exile it from their graveyard. I don't think I can Cauldron it in response. Alright, well let's wait for him to try to take our goblin and then we'll exile it. Otherwise, he's just gonna build a goblin army of his own. Alright. Goblin. Afterburn. Expert. Alright. Opponent's just removal dot deck. That's fine. I need to know how this Tiny Bones trigger works, the Bauble Burglar one. I want to know if it hits the graveyard, then gets exiled, and if I have a chance to exile it with Cauldron. I assume he's going to try to cast... Alright. I thought he would try to cast Expert, but guess not. Unstoppable Slasher, great. Alright, we'll try to play another Expert, I guess. This is miserable. Oh my gosh. Literally all removal and death touch creatures. So now we're gonna lose half our life. That's fun. It looks like it does hit the graveyard. Sucks that I have to attack with that. Oh, opponent has Virtue now, but that's sort of irrelevant with Agatha. Oh, it's gonna Paw Patch formation. Most likely digging for removal, because we just die if they can remove. I lose half my life rounded up, right? So I go to 1. I'm at 1. Opponent makes us discard. I mean, I have to discard Bomber here. And I guess this turn we'll probably get to figure out whether or not we can exile in response to the Tiny Bones trigger. He plays our Bomber. It only gives goblins flying, thankfully. It's not just any creature. It's just unstoppable slasher! Wings! What you gonna do, opponent? Alright, here we go. I'm gonna hit full control. See what happens here. I think I can do this. Aha! Ha! Ha! Beautiful. I can't believe it actually worked. All right, let's make a bunch of goblins. Let's make a bunch of goblins. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, right? Oh, that was awesome. Oh my gosh. Draconautics Engineer. Let's exile Tiny Bones. Alright, so let's make a bunch of goblins. Let's make a bunch of goblins. Let's make a bunch of goblins. Let's give them all haste. I think we win. Oh, that was great. And that was through, hold on. Just like, oh my gosh. That was such a ridiculous game. That was awesome. I'd like to point out that we never had 4 mana until that last turn, so our opponent making us discard that Krenko, they actually helped us win the game. Oh man, that was brilliant. I was so worried that the Tiny Bones, the Bobble guy, I was worried that the way that trigger was worded, that it wouldn't let me exile it in response. But there was a period after target opponent discards a card, so I was like, maybe. This looks great. Are we on the play? I think we're on the draw. I forgot. Playing against Wildcat. Wild. Opponent's playing Demir something. That's right, take that pain. Play something. No, don't play any. Actually, don't play anything. You play a Storm Chaser's talent, I'll cry. Don't you do it. Intimidation tactics. That's annoying. I guess they're gonna take our 1-drop. Well, aren't you just the rudest opponent? It's like you don't want us to play Magic or something. Gross. Dark Slick Shores. Hey, we drew something not a lord to play. Redshift Rocketeer Chief. Important to note that you can also use Redshift to pay the cost of Fountain Port too. So other fun things you can do with it. Just found that this guy is really good. Especially when you start pumping him up. Blood Pitch Drowner. Is our opponent gonna shuffle it? I mean, that would be their whole turn pretty much. If it's worth it to them. They attack. By the way, this is the grossest merfolk. The grossest looking merfolk. I mean, I guess this was probably a lot more realistic of what a merfolk might be. Yep, they're gonna shuffle. Fine. Be that way. I'll play Dropkick Bomber then. And then next turn, I'll play 2 Runvel Horde Masters in a row, if you don't kill this. Or maybe I'll play a Krinko, I don't know. I think I'm gonna play 2 Runvel Horde Masters, so if they start single target removing things, we at least get value out of it. More Horde Masters. Now this one's counterable. Okay, they didn't counter it. That's good news. Mackie for 4? Oh, Exile doesn't trigger Horde Masters. That's lame. A Fairy Mastermind. You can Fairy Mastermind all you like, sir. We got a heck of a hand. I think, honestly, what I'm probably gonna do is play Krinko next turn. Well, now I'm tempted to play that, but no, we're gonna play Krinko. Since it's not counterable, we don't have to worry about that. Look at him. Look at him. He's all.
I'm walking in to get my payment. Pay up, squibs.
Alright, 5/5 Krinko. Nobody's giving him -3/-3. Okay, opponent's gonna draw 2 cards. Very, very cool. At least if they destruction-based remove our Krinko, we get to draw some cards. Hopefully. Opponents getting brave, getting in with their Fairy Mastermind. You know, it would be sick if we drew. What's his name? House Squad Heavy right now. Draw House Squad Heavy, then we Krinko it up. All the tokens are 3/3s. Thinking the opponent maybe has a Kaito. I was wondering what they were thinking so hard about. Alright, so they Kaito it up.
I've seen scarier things in a bowl of noodles.
Have you? In a bowl of noodles? I don't know what kind of ramen shops you're going to, Kaito, but you need to check it, man. You're seeing scary stuff in your bowls of noodles. What you gonna do, opponent? They're just tanking on this attack step right now. Going to rope during an attack step where we're not blocking, that's new. Opponent's gonna surveil and draw. So I guess they're digging for removal. They kept both on top. Spyglass Siren. Ah, House Squad Heavy, nice! That's what I asked for, guys. What? Making the goblins, and they're all 3/3s. Who'd have thought? Krenko Mob Boss back in Standard. And we get another one. Flood Pitch Drowner. It's not lethal, so we have to... They scoop anyway. We could, if we attacked with the both Horde Masters, it wouldn't have been lethal, so we could only attack with the 3/3s, but still! Rank 2! On our way out of Platinum. It's the duck shirt, man. What's that bring our record to for this deck? It was undefeated before we started. We're 7-2 with it right now. Pretty awesome. How do I feel about this hand? We get to go first. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm gonna keep, because it's not bad enough that I'm gonna put it back for a worse hand. Rockface Village and Hired Claw. Okay. House Squad Heavy's a good draw. Copperline Gorge for the opponent. So the question is, do they have a shock? They do. It's annoying. They don't have another creature, it doesn't look like, though, which is good news for us. Or they have another Hired Claw. Or a Heartfire, you know. Well, that's good. So we're gonna play on Goblin, House Squad Heavy. If they don't have removal for this, then we should be able to beat our way through even what they're doing. Alright, opponent gets in. No blocks. We want our House Squad Heavy to live. Oh, please just pump the Hired Claw. No? Okay. What is that? Alright, Krenko! Paw Patch Formation. Karplusan Forest for the opponent. And another Hired Claw, you got it. You are a master of magic, and oh my gosh, okay. This Hired Claw is gonna be pinging us for 3. Alright. Yeah, you're cool. Opponent scoops. Oh man, this is great. We're just blazing through the ladder already. Not even trying, man. Yeah, I don't think they realize. I think you're right. I don't think they realized I could. All your base are belong to us. It's a very long name. This is a great hand. I think the only thing I would like is if this Restless Ridgeline was not a tapped land, but I think even in an aggro deck, it's important to play a couple of man lands so that you don't get stuck in a situation where you just have nothing you can do if you get board wiped. This deck is fast enough that our opponent might, you know, by the time they board wipe us, might be really, really low on life. Glimpse the Core again. They're ramping it up. Another Glimpse the Core. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, House Squad Heavy says hello. And this should be good enough pretty much no matter what they do next turn. Wallborn Tyrant's nice and all, but it's not going to be enough to save them. So Dropkick Bomber. Can't block that. Gotta block that. There you go. Now Burnout Bastronaut has double strike. And we can tap this to play Runvelt. Look at this board. Like our opponent ramped, but our opponent ramped lands, but we ramped creatures. Opponent draws a lot of cards, gains a lot of life, but it's just not gonna be enough. Roar! You can't block that. There you go. Monstrous Rage. Let's go ahead and pump it up 2 more times for good measure. Just to show that the Burnout Bastronaut alone would have been enough. GG. Kicking the butt. Man, I don't want to play this the whole night, but we're just kicking it, man. Not that it's been that long. We've only been streaming for 38 minutes. But I do want to get to a few other brews before the end of the night. G and some symbols I can't pronounce because I don't know that language. This looks good to me. I want to take some mulligan. Leyline of the Void. Interesting. Well, that kind of screws our Agatha Soul Cauldron plan. I'm just gonna get rid of our cool, awesome, fun goblin. Like a rude person. Alright, Horde Master. Take 5. Swamp for the opponent. And Hopeless Nightmare. Discard Soul Cauldron, because that is not doing anything for us. Nurturing Pixie, bounce the Hopeless Nightmare, yep. You're so cool, opponent. Discard research. Play Draconautics Engineer. Get in. Oh, nothing dies. So even our Horde Master doesn't help us. That's unfortunate. Skullcap Snail. Alright, well, I guess I'll get rid of Afterburner Expert, since we would really like to keep our house for heavy. Alright, let's see if they've got a way to deal with this. That gives them Day of Judgment mana. Please don't Day of Judgment. Ugh, okay. Alright. Wait. It triggered that time. What? I'm confused. Why didn't it trigger? Oh, it was a token that died. That's why. I smart. Me know how to read cards. I was so confused. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't get a trigger. Wait, I still don't understand, because I don't think it matters if it's a token. Does it? Whatever, who cares? We won. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, their life total reached 0. Ours did not. Jackknife. The one time that we have only a green mana. I think it's the first time that's ever happened. Oh, I love this artist's name, Ryan Roadkill. Ryan Roadkill's the artist for this, and it's like so fitting. Alright, opponent. Pick if you're gonna keep or not so we can mulligan, please. It also really bugs me that, like, the fancy art, you see how black the border is down here for the fancy art? And then it's like a light black for the rest of these cards. That, like, drives me nuts. It always makes me think something's wrong with my monitor, and it's like, nothing's wrong with my monitor. It's Magic's that's wrong. Alright, I don't know what my opponent's doing. Also, fun fact. For the first time, I am dual streaming, actually, on YouTube and Twitch. So if any of you are watching that prefer to watch on Twitch, you can always go over to twitch.com/Severn7, and I'm streaming over there also. Got some suggestions in the Discord to at least try streaming on Twitch, so I figured why not? What's the worst that can happen? Our opponent is not here, I don't think. Or if they are, they're purposely trying to annoy us. Unfortunately, I think the game's gonna make us wait. This is much better. We will put back the expert. Opponent over here with the elite tryhard package. Jace, Black Lotus sleeves, and Soul Ring pet. They got the whole tryhard package, and they're not even here! Come on, Jackknife, where are you? This is never fun when we have to sit through the timers. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, who am I kidding? My entire viewer base is 100% male. But if there are any ladies, I want them to feel included also. Yay, free win! Yeah, we're only like what, 7 wins away from Diamond? Might have to make a video about this deck. Oh, my artifact aggro list was crazy. This is quite a streak we're on here. Although yes, I know that last win didn't count, but we had a good hand. We could have won with that pretty easily. K Sulatan. This looks good to me. Whee! Vroom vroom. Fabled Passage is the opposite of vroom vroom. Run Belt Ford Master. Oh, it's a Swamps deck. Okay, well, we got a Horde Master on the battlefield before they could start removing things. That's what's important. Oh, it's Rakdos. Bitter Reunion. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. They discard a Gishath. Ooh, alright. We can probably kill them before they get to that. If we're lucky. I mean, this is really good. Do they have removal? Even if they get rid of one of our lords, I think we're fine. Bomber's the more damage, so you get rid of Bomber. Pretty easy. Personally, oh, they already let the trigger go for Owl Squad Heavy. Okay, do they have a cut down too? I think this is lethal. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's hit something they can't cut down. Xaxes! Turn 4 win, even with removal. GG. This deck is impressive. I am enjoying it. I am annoyed though, because we're not getting to see the green stuff that much, just because I'm not drawing it. But before I streamed today, when I was testing this deck a little bit, I was having quite a bit of fun with the exhaust creatures, so they're good. We're just not drawing them for some reason. Pooper Scooper. What a name. I suppose this is reasonable. Plus, the exhaust abilities are pretty cool with Agatha's Soul Cauldron as well. We're only running the 1 Cauldron though. It's legendary and it's not necessary for us to win. Alright, Domain Overlords. This will be the real test. They did take a mulligan, which is good for us. Opponent is thinking hard on the Surveil. They mill it. Hey, there's a Redshift. Beanstalk, yep. Oh. Oopsie. Wrong button. Redshift. And see, if they don't have an Overlord of the Hauntwoods here... Well, Overlord of the Hauntwoods wouldn't stop our plan. If they don't have removal here, you'll get to kind of see where this gets fun. So I'm glad. Oh, come on. Like, they exiled our 1-drop and we didn't get to have fun with it. So just so I can show you what was about to happen next turn. So this guy says discard 2 cards and draw that many cards and put a counter on it, right? So we can attack because he has vigilance, and then we can do it. So we grow the thing, discard some cards, draw some cards. It's cool. Let's house squad heavy. I just wanted to showcase that it can do some fun stuff. Because his power would have been 3 after, because I was going to play Runvelt Hordemaster. Alright. Opponent kept a risky hand. Looks like they're stuck on 2 mana. Which, how you could possibly think it's not worth going to 5 if you've only got 2 mana is beyond me. Okay, they found a way to get a basic. I've gone down to 4 and won games. There's one thing I've learned, it's that mulliganing aggressively is better than playing a really mediocre bad hand. If they get rid of our house squad heavy, that would suck a little. Trying to figure out what is it? Get lost? Okay. That I can live with. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really surprised that that was their choice. What's more damage? I think another house squad heavy is the answer here. This gives us reassurance if they like go Overlord of the Mistmoors here, or if they Rides End one of our house squad heavies or something like that. Oh, please don't have a lockdown. No, lockdown wouldn't help. Oh, I agree. I don't think Redshift was the target. Okay, see, I'm glad I did this because now we can still play Runvelt Hordemaster with haste. And burn out Bastronaut. That's another thing that's fun about it too, is that they don't know what we're doing with it. Boom, rank 1. I don't know, man. Do I keep playing this and just try to get to Diamond real quick? Like, these games are pretty quick, but I do want to play some other decks tonight, but this is not the kind of win streak I can just ignore. We're 13-2 right now. We're 13-2 with this deck. That's an impressive win rate. Silver Leaf. I wish we had a 1-drop, but I will keep this. Maybe I'm on the draw, though. I don't think this is bad enough not to keep, though. We've got 2 2-drops, so even if we don't find a land right away, we have stuff to play for 2 turns. If we do draw lands, we have a really sweet curve. So let's hope that being on the draw, we find those lands. I mean, ideally, we would draw Burnout Bastronaut and then draw land. Thanks, Obsidian. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I've got lots more fun stuff to play, so definitely check out the VOD later. I don't know, I might have to make a video about this deck, like... Okay, no land, that's sad. This is life gain. I imagine he will not attack with his sadistic pilgrim. Essence channeler. This might be where we finally lose. Life gain is okay, but we found a land. That's really great. Howl squad heavy. Unfortunately, we got to attack. We need to find more lands. Interland Sanctifier. Life Creed Duo. Goodness gracious, alright. We can outrun them, but we need to draw lands. I don't know if we're gonna make it. And they're gonna take our Krenko, just in case. No, they take the Cauldron. Okay. We're not dead. At this point, I kind of want to draw a Paw Patch formation. Yeah, we're toast. Oh well. Life gain is one deck we probably don't ever do well against. All right, I will take the loss as it's time to move on to another deck. All right, so let's try out Artifact Aggro. This is another list I'm prepping possibly for a video that has been putting up some really good results. I probably should have shown you the list before I just jumped into it. Test. You'll just get to see the list as we go. Opponent's going first. I will keep. Opponent takes a mulligan. They're playing the Salvation Engine sleeves, or is that it? No. Oh, it's Domain Overlords. They went to 5 and they're probably still gonna win. Now let's get the tap land out of the way. They found a beanstalk. Of course they did. Of course they did. Why would they not find a beanstalk? All right, hedge maze. All right, let's get a diversion unit down so we can counter Ride's End if they decide to play it. No Ride's End, that's good news for us. Opponent is gonna get lost. I mean, I guess I just let that go, right? It actually grows my Mendicant. Another Beanstalk, sure. You draw that card. They didn't find a land, though. That's good news for us. Fabled Passage. Let's go get... Oh, they scoop. To be fair, they mulled to 5. Alright, let's take a look at the deck list real quick before we move on to our next match. Since normally when people show decks, that's what they do, right? So this is the list. it is an interesting list. I'm taking advantage of Collector's Cage to get free Salvation Engines and Urzas, and then the rest of the stuff is all basically just an aggro shell. We've got some Into the Flood Maws and Spell Pierces to help. Mandible Justiciar. I have been singing the praises of this card since the day it was printed. I love this card. I know it's just a common and it looks stupid, but anytime I play a deck with this card in it, it's just because mono red is so rampant. So the life gain from this card is just insane if the opponent doesn't answer it. So I've never played an artifact aggro list without this card in it, and I've never regretted it a single time. I've never played this card and felt like it was bad. And then obviously Memory Guardians, because we're playing a lot of cheap artifacts, so this gets pretty cheap pretty quick. Steel Seraphs are nice because we can play them for 3 and they're 3/3 flyers, but we can get it on Cage and it comes as a 5/4 off Cage, which is pretty sweet. So that's the deck. Let's play. Let's get to Diamond. Let's get to Diamond tonight, guys. It's part of the reason I'm playing aggro decks right now is because I'd like to actually get to Diamond. Lots of nesting bots. Gotta take some pain. Venerated Rot Priest. Oh boy. Okay, no, we don't have to take pain. Lush Portico, Surveil, they mill a land, they get in, I'll block. Every second that we can stop them from giving us toxic counts, so we're gonna use it. Let's play the island, let's play another nesting bot. Let's play a Ginger Brute. Get in, get in, get in. Optimistic Scavenger. Builder's Talent. That's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna take the damage this time. Steel Seraph is helpful. Oh, I screwed up. Oh, I'm so bad at life. What is wrong with me? I did not mean to play my Fabled Passage there. Oops. That was such a big mistake. So frustrated at myself right now. Sheltered by Ghosts. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one. Not with that punt, and not with all that life gain. Even if I hadn't punted, they would have sheltered our Angel, but we'll try again. Yorkus. All right, Yorkus. All right, this is a hand. This is what Magic's all about right here. Are we on the play? We're not on the play. Oh, it'd be so cool if we were on the play. Oh, it's playing Mountains. Is that all they're playing? Nope. All right, Justice here. Get our speed up to 2. Another mountain. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not liking this. There's no stick, so they don't have any instants or sorceries they can cast right now, but if they find another white mana, we're probably losing our board. They don't find another white mana. Alright, so we're gonna play Ginger Brute. We're gonna play Collector's Cage and maybe win the game right now, depending on what we get. Okay. Free Mendicant! I don't know what they're playing, but they're very dead. Bro, the mandible just sits here some more. Boom, 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 boom. GG. Nice, easy game. I like this deck. Like, so, fun fact about me. I've been playing since the late 90s, like 1998, I think. That gives you any idea how old I am. But one of my favorite times in Magic was the original Scars of Mirrodin block. So any of you people who are newer to the game probably don't know what Scars of Mirrodin is. But it was one of the best sets in the last 20 years, in my opinion. And there was a card called Tempered Steel back then, and I loved that card so much, and I played that deck into the ground. And this feels so much like Tempered Steel to me. So, like, it's definitely not as fast, because back then we had ridiculous things like Mox Opal in Standard. This is unfortunate. I was hoping we'd draw at least some other cheap artifact by now. I'm gonna play Mendicant because I don't want to get these Memory Guardians countered if our opponent's playing counterspells. Our opponent has 2. Okay, that's fine. If they want to block this, I'm totally cool with that. Thanks, bro. That's awesome for us. Entity Tracker probably would have ruined our life, so I'm kind of glad that they decided to block with that. I don't know why they did, to be honest. We got Ethereal Armor. Now, if they have Shelter with Ghosts here, then we're probably just screwed. Banishing Light is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. It's not great. We're definitely still in some trouble here. Alright, let's play Memory Guardian. This is our highest chance for having any... Oh, okay. Sheltered by Ghost is such a ridiculous Magic card. If you want to talk about an uncommon that I think was a mistake, that's one of them. Card is so... It just does so much. It gets rid of a threat. And it's any non-land permanent. It's not just creature. Like, if it was just creature, maybe it wouldn't be so pushed. But it's any non-land permanent. It gives the creature lifelink. And it has ward too, so it makes the creature harder to kill. Like, it's just ridiculous. This is a great hand. We keep this all day long, every day. We play Mandible this here all day, every day. Opponent doesn't have a cut down, that's good for us. This deck is basically go for the throat proof. Deep Cavern Bat, that's annoying. It's not really that big of a deal, though. They have to take Mendicant here. If they take a Collector's Cage, that doesn't do anything. Take a Collector's Cage. We grow the Mandible Justiciar. Suppose we take into the Flood Maw. Put ourselves up to a happy 24. Swamp for the opponent, and Storm Chaser's Talon. And do they have removal for Justiciar? That would be sad. Caustic Bronco. What? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of collector's cages. We're gonna find another creature eventually. We'll take the Urza off this one. I'm sure we're gonna get this town ain't big enough eventually here. Undercity Sewers. They mill a land. They attack for 1. Creature! Thank you. Alright, first thing we're gonna do is get Urza. And then we're gonna counter that. And then we're gonna smack them in the face for 11. Or, no, sorry, 12. I love Collector's Cage in this list. Finally found a target for their Go for the Throat. Can they do anything else, though? Spell Pierce. Alright, let's play Collector's Cage number 3! Salvation Engine! Give me back my Mendicant. Opponent goes to 1. What do you got, opponent? Even if they had Deadly Cover up here, it wouldn't be enough. Aetherize wouldn't be enough because we have a Spell Pierce. I don't think there's anything they can have here that helps them. And we're at a cool 38, by the way. Mandible Justiciar all the way. Don't ever let anybody naysay Mandible Justiciar, man. Like, what a life total. Did they just leave? They salty leave? So now we have to wait. How rude. Sorry, guys. The opponent's being rude. Is it really gonna make me wait? So obnoxious. That means they're most likely literally just sitting there watching. But maybe if I sit here long enough, he'll scoop. A win's a win, right? Double salvation engine. Boom, boom, boom. Put the opponent to negative 30. All right. All right, 5 more wins, then we're in diamond. Can we get there? Can we just win 5 more? And I got 2 decks queued up for videos already out of this stream. Both these decks are feeling awesome. We'll switch to some more janky stuff once we get to diamond, if we get to diamond. Lord Corncob. Lord Corncob, eh? Opponent's going first. We'll keep. This isn't super aggressive or anything, but it's not a terrible hand. It's an Urza away from being good or a collector's cage. Dark Slick Shores. Alright, Nesting Bot. Looks like the opponent has a cut down in hand. Or a bounce spell. They have some kind of 1-mana interaction. It's really important, like when you're playing, to be very quick about your next, so people don't always know what you have in your hand. Because every time I do anything, there's a stick, so I know my opponent has some kind of 1-mana interaction, just a matter of what it is. So I will play with that in mind. Founding of the Third Path. Now they're going to cast whatever that 1-mana spell is, probably. Or Charter Course. Abhorrent Oculus. They don't have any white mana yet, though. Interesting. Alright, so we play Mendicant. Luckily, they can't cut down Mendicant. And then that'll make our Memory Guardian 1 mana. This is a very strong start for us. See if it's a bounce. I feel like it's a bounce spell. Okay, it was. Still feeling good about where we're at, though. Target player mills 4 cards. I don't know why they're thinking about this. They mill 4 cards. All right. Likeness Looter. That's interesting. Ooh, I like that. Oh, they do have... I forgot about this card. I've actually been looking for something like this in black. Okay. We are in a bit of trouble now. now they get to do that again. I guess they can get... That doesn't even make sense, actually. They get Likeness Looter, but they don't have anything in their graveyard to get with it. So it's just a 1/1. We're at max speed, though, so we get to make copies of these Steel Seraphs, which is nice. Allergies are not a fun thing in life. Opponent can't really attack with the Oculus, which is nice. I guess they could make the Likeness Looter into... Alright, cool. So we're gonna play Steel Seraph. And we're gonna copy it. And we'll give Mendicant flying. And lifelink, I suppose. He can turn his Likeness Looter into it, but we have another Mendicant, so I'm not super stressed about that. And I'll attack with the Nesting Bot too. If he wants to block with one of his face down cards, I'm cool with that. We gain 7 life, which puts us out of severe danger. We get rid of one of their face down cards, hopefully. They doubled, what? And we still have enough flyers on the battlefield that we should be able to push through the damage. Oh, they're blocking with the looter. Okay, well, they're not going to be able to... So now they have to find more reanimation. I didn't think they were going to block with the looter. I thought they'd keep that back so they could just make it back into another Oculus. No one left behind. I'm so glad I saw this because I've been looking... I knew there was an effect like this in black, but I couldn't remember what the name of it was. Creature of the Schism. That's irrelevant. Yeah, they should be... Land sucks. Okay, Mendicant. Get in there. He can only block one of these 3, so... Like, yeah, we lose it, but... The amount of damage we're getting through is worth it. Opponent's at 3, so I mean, we could almost get them with just the Gingerbrutes. They do have a vampire to get a little tiny bit of life with now, but... I think we're fine. Picklock Prankster, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Valgavoth in the yard. Gross. Spell Pierce doesn't do anything against us right now. They play the Picklock Prankster. Do they have an End of the Floodmaw for Mendicant? If they do, then that would slow us down enough. They get in with Preacher. Make another dude, yep. No blocks. My turn. Run a Manifest Dread. Memory Guardian. Copy. Can't be blocked. Can't be blocked. Flying. Boop, 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 boop. That should be game. He's only got 2 flying blockers. I will give them credit though. That was an interesting list. I actually really liked that. And the cool part is they can play a Valgavoth or two in the list because the card costs 5 mana to get something that's not 3 mana back. So that was a neat list. I actually really liked that. All right. Can we win 4 more? Harpua. Opponent goes first. This is a great hand, though. Very good hand. One more land and I will be stoked. Alright. Can we outrun Mono Red? Thankfully, even if they do remove Nesting Bot, we get a dude back out of it. They grow the lizard. I'm totally cool with that. Of all the things they could have done with their life, it is definitely the least scary. And hopefully we will draw a land this turn. That would be the most amazing thing. Lightning Strike on Mendicant. That's not fun. And a Heartfire Hero. Gross. Alright, come on, land, please. Land, please. That's not a land. Dowdy blocks here. Unfortunately, we're going to lose this game to not drawing lands. I mean, if they don't have anything crazy, maybe we have a chance of winning. But we need to draw a land like this turn or we're in trouble. Oof. Screaming Nemesis. We're at 7. There's the land. Alright, we're at speed 4. Can we survive this turn? Probably not. Witchstalker Frenzy. GG. They got us. If we had drawn a land on curve, though, I think we'd have been fine. It happens, though. It's an aggro deck, and we're only running 22 lands, so there's gonna be games where we just don't find the lands. Easy 24. Great hand. We keep it. We play the pot. Opponent's playing our least favorite deck. We play the Justiciar. We get in for 1, and we make the speed go zoom me up. Okay, I'll stop talking like an idiot. Up the Beanstalk for the opponent. Alright, Lecter's Cage. Salvation Engine. Alright, Nesting Bot. Bro. Lockdown is annoying. But that's why we're playing into the Floodmoth. Give me back my stuff. Urza. Free Urza. Alright. Guardian. Diversion unit. Easy game. That's why I'm playing into the Floodmaw over Bounce Off, in case you're wondering. In most of my aggro blue-based aggro lists, I've been running Bounce Off, but in this particular deck, into the Floodmaw is super important. Because like 90% of our deck just gets eaten by temporary lockdown, and then we just don't have a lot of ways to deal with it. Hiro-san. We go first. This is slow, but not bad, so we'll keep. Seachrome Coast, and into the Floodmaw in case it's something really aggressive. Got Mendicant on 2. Llanowar Waste for the opponent. And Molt Tender. Oh, I think that's worth getting rid of. Slow him down for a turn. Justiciar is a great draw. Llanowar Waste for the opponent. The longer we can keep them from doing fun things with their deck, the better. Alright, Mendicant. Boom. Haywire Might. That sucks. It's not that bad, but it's not great either. Molt Tender. Well, I guess I'm gonna make him regret not using it. See if they can start going off with roots here. Nope. Got him. All right, 3 wins away from Diamond. I'll play this deck until we lose with it again. If we make it to Diamond with this deck, that would be sweet. If not, we will make it to Diamond with something else. Got lots more fun decks to play, so... Alright, Sound of Madness. Let's go! We get to go first. This is very slow. No. This is also slow, but much better. We will put back... Steel Seraph, I guess. We'll trick them. We'll make them think we're not an aggro deck. Oh, it's a swamp. That means nothing of ours is ever going to live ever. Alright, well, let's try to resolve the diversion unit. It's probably getting cut down. Big surprise! Looks like we might be moving on to another list. I suppose we'll play Nesting Bot. There's a stick, so they have a counter spell of some kind. Yep. We tried. Stock up. Down the Memory Guardian, give us one. I do think our start was a little too slow on our opponent. Well, I mean, if our opponent's gonna just sit here and deduce, never mind. Maybe I was wrong. They're missing land drops, that's what it is. They finally find another land. I've got enough land to risk the anchorage here. Opponent has removal of some kind. Sure. Alright, let's see if we can get a counter on this Ginger Brute. This Ginger Brute is probably the thing they want to get rid of the least. But it is also the thing that they can't block. Steel Seraph is a nice draw next. Deadly Cover Up, alright. That's unfortunate. Now we aren't drawing Steel Seraph, but we do at least get a 1/1 token. Alright. See if they have more board wipes. Restless Reef now. Jace the Perfected Mind. Alright, well that means our Memory Guardians aren't dealing damage anymore. And we keep drawing lands. Joy. Do they just have the thing? That wouldn't actually be enough, though. The river turn, the monument thing. Oh, just Jace number 2. Gotcha. Oh my gosh, our luck. You know what? I shouldn't complain. We've been having an incredible night. But we are not running a lot of lands for us to be flooding this badly. Someone's gonna crack a clue. Now if they have the river turn thing, we're dead. Based on what they're doing, I assume that they do.
Last thought to Phyrexia.
You don't do that unless you... Yeah. I'll let them have it. I'll let them do the thing so they can... Come on. Don't BM. I'm letting you do the thing. There you go. No!
Your entire mind unravels.
Alright. On to a new brew. We'll get to Diamond. I hope. Especially since my other brews are a little more ambitious. Alright, what next? Let's see. I'm not sure. I'm tempted to play like an actual control list since we've been playing aggro. I kind of want to play Monument of Conquest, although this is probably the worst deck that I could play. It's just so fun. So this is a deck based around Monument of Endurance, Lich Knight's Conquest, and getting back a bunch of fun stuff from our graveyard. The list is really fun. It's definitely some really crazy wins, but it's also worse than the two decks we've been playing so far, just because it's not aggressive. But we're here for some brews, right? So let's actually play some brews. Let's play something fun and interesting. And if I lose a little bit of rank, I lose a little bit of rank. This is honestly why I'm not in Diamond already, because of how much time I spend testing complete jank. If I just sat and played one of the two decks I just showed you guys in the beginning of the stream for like 6 hours, I'd probably be to Mythic already. Fallen 1. But this is a pretty solid deck. It's got good removal. We get to go first. This is a pretty sweet hand. Alright, Bloomin' Marsh. It's a Bloomin' Marsh! Opponent's got a Raucous Theater. They decide to keep on top. We'll play a Swamp. Blackleaf Cliffs for the opponent. Charming Scoundrel and Treasure. Nope, they discarded a Traxa. Okay, that's scary. Alright, well, let's go ahead and Blood Splatter Analysis. Tap land off the top, that's probably good. Blast Zone. Alright, let's get the tap land out of the way. Let's play Bitter Reunion. Collector's Vault's a nice draw. If they just go Zombify here, that does suck, but we do have a Liliana. Did they find another Zombify? They did. They're gonna discard the Valgavoth, I assume. Tali, alright. Well, I suppose
enough with
our
the
only
mystery.
real option
Off you go.
is to do that. And we need to hope that we draw a good creature of our own. One that's gonna get a Tali. Let's hope they don't get anything good from us. Blood Spatter Analysis doesn't do anything. They get a Bitter Reunion of their own, which means they can give their Atali haste and get rid of our Liliana. Which sucks, but I mean, now they go face. Interesting. Alright, well, let's draw and discard, see what we hit. A land, of course. They don't have a way to give stuff haste anymore. So let's play another Collector's Vault. Let's draw and discard. Wow, we're having terrible luck finding creatures.
Drop it.
Terrible luck. Okay, well now they have to go after Liliana if they don't want to lose something. Rakdos joins up, sure. We get back Valgabon. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't find any creatures. That's really unfortunate. And this Rakdos joins up just means even if they sacrifice something, we just die, so... Oh well. It's rare that we run into that issue. Like, that was very unfortunate. Like, we probably would have won that game if we just hadn't found more lands than creatures. Sometimes it happens, though. Welcome, welcome, welcome to any of you just joining the stream. Thank you so much for being here. It is a pleasure to have you. If you don't mind hitting that like button on your way in, I would greatly appreciate it. This looks like a great hand. We are playing some Jund Monument Reanimator. And I am liking this hand. We'll keep. Plays a swamp and a hopeless nightmare. Alright, well, I guess we'll start getting creatures into the graveyard. Opponent wants to help us out with that. I'm cool with it. That can go in the graveyard. Deep Cavern Bat. That's annoying because they can take our Terra, but they might take our Collector's Vault. That would be the smart thing for them to take. Taking Terror of the Peaks doesn't help them right now. Alright. Mortuary. I don't think we need any more lands right now. Fortunately, if our opponent just plays a slasher here, we're probably just screwed. Okay, I will discard Terror and Llanowar Waste. If they're playing cards like that, they're gonna be real sad. Alright, let's play a Monument. Hopefully they don't make us discard both these, so I can get back my Collector's Vault. Bandit's Talent. Oh well. We will draw a card. Want to get another one? Bit of Reunion. Discard the Fountain Port. Draw 2 cards. What is our luck tonight? Okay, there we go. We found a creature at least. Oh my gosh. How frustrating. Of course they find a bat right before we can actually use our Carnosaur to do some work. How obnoxious. Alright, there we go. Now we're cooking. Discard this land. Draw a card. Draw another land, of course. Let's hit this bat. Make a treasure. Get back our vault. Pass turn. Liliana of the Veil.
A fight? And you think you can win?
Yes, I do. I will discard this Restless Fence and draw a card.
We all have things we'd rather.
Thank you. Ooh, Soul of Windgrace. Interesting. Another Monument. Play another Collector's Wall here. Soul of Windgrace can go into the graveyard. Lots of lands tonight? Yeah, thanks. Welcome, Joseph. One that's gonna sack their hopeless nightmare. Apparently they're tired of dreaming. See, Soul of Windgrace is fun when you have too many lands. Oh, thank you,
I'm
opponent.
tired of your secrets.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Draw a card, draw a card. Enduring Courage is nice. Womp. Collector's Vault. Draw, discard, there we go. Treasure, draw a card. Conquest. What do we got in the yard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just sack it all. Let's just sack it all. Look at all those triggers. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. We didn't even need the haste. What's going on, Chris? We are playing Jund Monument Reanimator, and as you see, this is what it does. Well, look at all these triggers. Pow, 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 pow. That's why this deck is fun. It's not too hard to get it to go off. We don't even need that much stuff in the graveyard. Thank you, Alfredo. It is fun. This is a little bit of a rough hand. No black mana. This is better. Let's put back this. We need the swamp for the lily. We don't have any green right now, so let's put back the forest. Alright, Raucous Theater. Surveil 1. Are they gonna let us surveil? Can I surveil, please? We'll take the Black Leaf Cliffs. We gotta get lands to play Lich Knight's Conquest. Draconauts. Okay, so this is goblins. So we might just get our butts handed to us by this. We'll see. Tear Slicer Goblin. Oh, okay. Fanatical Firebrand. That was a good draw. Let's go ahead and play Blood Splatter Analysis. I want to play Lily, but that's not very smart. Get rid of the Engineer. Hopefully mill a good creature into the yard. Well, I guess we don't need 2 copies of Lich Knight's Conquest. I'm more upset that our opponent knows what we're doing now. Wanna get in for 1. Nothing. Alright. Well, in that case, we're gonna play Liliana. Make him sacrifice the Firebrand.
The mysteries. I've come. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
They have a burst light. Oh well.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
Land off the top. I was hoping that we'd get to keep it around. House Squad Heavy. Let's get rid of that. Come on, get some creatures in the yard. There's a Carnosaur. Now we're talking. House Squad Heavy again. Alright, I'm gonna play an Endurance. And we're gonna get rid of the House Squad Heavy for a second time. Mill. No creatures. Wow. All right, I'm gonna place a third house. All right, opponent. Cranko. Oh no. Oh, that's a problemo. What do we have in the yard? Just Carnosaur right now? Ugh, gross. Okay, we're not... Alright, so let's do this. Treasure. We're gonna do a fun thing here. God, we're just literally... We can't mill a creature to save our lives. Alright. Get rid of the house spot heavy. Draw a card. It's a land, of course. My god. Okay, Terror of the Peaks in the yard now. Thank you. Alright. We're probably still dead. Oh, Krinko doesn't do it. Okay. Alright. Okay. Harvester gets rid of all their tokens. And that should be lethal. It's not lethal, but good enough. Look at that. Look at this beautiful turn of events.
Happy to
Now
help,
watch our
but I'm
opponent.
taking the credit. when
Watch
you
our
win.
opponent just
One of your
burst
friends has
lightnings
to
us
leave.
after all that. Okay, they scooped. They could have gone land burst lightning though, and that would have been real sad. See, the deck is good, and if you think about it, we had terrible luck that game. Like, we milled like 13 cards and only found 3 creatures in all the cards we drew and all the cards we milled. That's insane. Jackknife. This is okay. It doesn't look that great, but we have Raucous Theater to hopefully find a land on top. Take the land, which means we can discard the Carnosaur. Opponent also plays Raucous Theater. Alright. Land. Play Ghost Vacuum just in case they're playing Reanimator. Ghost Vacuum's a nice little insurance against... Yeah, they're playing Reanimator too, so this will be nice. But they are playing Jund like we are. Wait, I just played this guy not that long ago. They discard live or die. Alright. Well, I guess we'll exile that. Sulphurous Springs. That is very annoying. How quickly can they punt it? Oh, they already got a Valgaboth in the yard. 2 Valgaboths in the yard. If they have Zombify, we're just... They're a much more focused reanimation shell. Okay, they don't have it. That's good. Let's make a fish. Never mind. Yep, that'll do it. I like Live or Die. I think Live or Die is one of the most fun reanimation spells we have in Standard right now. Instant speed reanimation's awesome. Unfortunately, our opponent had a Brotherhood's End to get rid of our Ghost Vacuum. Terminal. We get to go first. This isn't the most exciting hand. This is better. Much, much better. We will put back... I guess... a Harvester. Keep the land. Cliffs. Just in case it's mice, I'm gonna save the Harvester. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. Get out of town. Marsh. Same thing here, we'll save Carnosaur. And it's like, what do? Creature died. No! Mono red does not compute. Must attack. If any of you are mono red players, I'm sorry. I don't hate mono red players. Heartfire hero. Oh, let's get rid of it. Do they really have protection right now? I guess if they turned their Might of the Meek into a lightning bolt, I suppose that's good, right? It's Bitter Reunion. Let's discard Bitter Reunion. Alright, that looks great to me. Carplussan Forest and a Screaming Nemesis. You got it. Found a land. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. No land on top, please. We'll play Blood Splatter Analysis. Get rid of Nemesis. We can never gain life again. Sad panda. Slickshot Show Off. That dies to Harvester. No, it doesn't anymore. What are the odds that we just die on the backswing if we just discard Carnosaur? My problem is if I Lich Knight Conquest now, I get back Carnosaur and Harvester, I may not find anything that can deal with this show off, and they may be able to just kill me with the show off. I think I'm gonna get rid of the show off. Enduring Courage is nice. That actually makes me happy. That gives me the potential to do a lot more next turn. I think if I could draw one card right now, it would be Ghost Vacuum. Because Ghost Vacuum I could play for 1 mana and then still Lich Knight's Conquest for 3. Opponent is thinking. We're at 7. If they don't have any more hasty threats, then we might be okay. Don't tell me they salty scooped. Come on. You're playing rule aggro. Like, don't you want to get through your games quickly? Like, if you're mad, concede. Move on to the next game. To be fair, if they're playing rule aggro, they probably just... They might be on their phone or something. They just got mad and closed the app. I feel like that happens a lot. 1 second. All right. All right. Well, let's just do the smart thing. Is it really gonna make us wait? Sorry, guys. This is like the third opponent tonight that's salty scooped on me. I know this isn't fun television, guys, but while we're waiting for our salty opponent to run out of time, thank you all for joining me. If you're just joining the stream, please make sure you hit that like button, because every time you like this stream, YouTube says, hey, this must be a pretty cool place for people to hang out, and they invite more people to join. That would make me quite happy, and maybe it'll make somebody else's day too, because we are playing some crazy fun brews and having a good time. And also, if you want to tell me about how your days have been going, that would be pretty cool too. Halfway through the week, it's hump day. Hopefully you guys have been having a good week so far. Is it, like, at this point, so they're there, they're here. They didn't close the app. They're literally just sitting here forcing us to wait. Because it would have conceded, I think, at the last one. Come on. We're so close to diamond, I'm not gonna scoop just to save time. So I apologize, guys. This should be it. It should scoop it up here. Wasn't the most exciting win, but we did win. All right, let's switch it up. Let's play some... All right. Welcome, Zero Sleep. Yeah, no, I feel bad because it's, you know, I can't edit this stuff out live, right? So, unfortunately, it is not there. So I'll let you guys pick. Would you like to see Mono Blue Merfolk, or would you like to see a Forges and Robots deck? Because those are the two I'm stuck between. I'll give you guys like 30 seconds. If anybody chimes up, then you win. Now's your chance to direct the flow of the stream. Do 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 do. Merfolk! Alright, you win. I guess I should have showed the list first. I think this is one of those decks where because I came up with this on my own, but I think the day I came up with this, I think Ash Lizzle also did like a Mono Blue Merfolk deck. It's literally just Mono Blue Merfolk. It's disruptive, it's, you know, fun, it draws cards, it's max face. Mind Spring Merfolk being one of the coolest cards that came out of Aether Drift for a deck like this. Just basically being able to put a bunch of counters on all our merfolk and draw some cards. And then also, I didn't even realize this card was in standard until I tried to build this deck and was looking at all my uncrafted merfolk and realized I didn't own this. I was like, when did Harbinger of Tides make it into standard? But it's there, so let's try it. It's a fun deck, and Brine, what is it? The Cutthroat. Almost all of our deck has flash too. Like a huge amount of it has flash. So Brineborn Cutthroat gets triggered by like 90% of our deck. We'll keep this hand. Island, Mistway Spy. And with Soulstone Sanctuary being in standard too, like just having a land like this that's all creature types is just so awesome. Alright, it looks like probably Domain Overlords, although Temple of Plenty is not usually something they're playing. Get in for one. You think it's too loud? Here, how's that? Does that feel better? I would appreciate it if anybody else is around to let me know if the game audio was too loud. Did that help at all, Zero Sleep? Does it seem a little bit less loud? Okay, thank you, I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and just tap this guy down for now. Our hand's a little awkward, we need lands. I'm trying to be as aggressive as I can. Valley Might Caller. Burrow Guard Mentor. If I could get a land right now, thank you. That is awesome. All right. I'm gonna copy his Burrow Guard Mentor. See if the opponent tries to hop to it here. Paw Patch Recruit. That is annoying. I should have bounced the Mentor before that resolved. I have not been playing, the decks I've been playing today have been very play on my turn, and I have to adjust to this. I just made a huge mistake. I 100% should have bounced the Burrow Guard Mentor in response. I actually think I'm just gonna take the 6 here. And we're probably going to lose this game because I made that mistake. The problem is I bounced the Mentor and they get to put 2 counters on it on other stuff, so it just hurts too much. I think we're still probably dead, but we missed a land drop in the early part of the game, and that was rough. Spell Pierce grows our Brineborn Cutthroat, which is nice. Alright, let's bounce that. Oh, it has reach! Oh no! I forgot Finley has reach! Oh no! No, 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 no. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, that's game. Okay, I lost that game 100% because I'm an idiot. So... Not on the deck. Those were all misplays on my part. I needed to set. This is so much different than the decks I've been playing on stream tonight. Like, this is much more a reactive, aggressive deck. So I've got to, like, switch mindsets. Gotta switch mindsets so that I'm doing stuff on their turn. Opponent goes first. This is a great hand. We'll keep. Mountain, Heartfire Hero. Heart Challenger. Suppose we'll monsters or spell pierce that. It's not what I want to be doing with my turn, but it's better than taking 5 billion damage. Iron Claw. Let's go ahead and bounce the Heartfire Hero, I guess. Slow him down a little bit. Screaming Nemesis. And do they have Torch the Tower? Sure. Well, we're looking pretty dead here. Yeah, we're toast. Oh well. Not having as much luck with this deck so far. The first game was my fault. This game was just Mono Red's better than us. Let's try it again. I believe in us. It's so aggravating. We're so close to Diamond, but we keep kind of like teeter-tottering. If we lose another one, I'll switch it up. But I know this deck is good because I have been testing it. Mercury. Opponent goes first. That's another thing. We've been on the draw. I would like to not be on the draw. That would be awesome. Alright, Mind Spring Merfolk. Chrome Coast for the opponent. And River Churn Monument. Alright. Opponent's gonna try to mill us out. Can they do it quickly enough? On Merfolk. Play a Mistway Spy. Pass the turn. Opponent's gonna deduce, draw, investigate, and then probably mill us. You got me, opponent. I have been milled. Spell Pierce and Island. Spell Pierce would have been nice to keep, but if the opponent's playing the Tolarian Mindbreaker, ah, that sucks. Okay. I need a land so I can get this Enduring Curiosity down. See if the opponent has more board wipes. Wow. The opponent is good at Magic. Hey! At least now we can draw cards. Really annoyed that I've had to waste both my Flood Pit Drowners to keep the pressure on. So now if the opponent manages to discard a Mindbreaker and activate it, we're just kind of screwed. Unfortunately, Flood Pit's Drowner does not tap to attack. Ooh, Tidebinder. That's very nice. Turn off their River Turn Monument. I like Tidebinder. Tempted to counter that, but we won't. Market Gnome. It's annoying. Jace. That I will counter.
I've already read your thoughts.
Well, yeah, I hope they do the full 5. Nope. You wasted your Jace. Haha. Alright, and then we've got Voldarian Hexcatcher to counter. Yeah, well, the Jace would have given them something to do with the exhaust, and I don't want to mill all my cards anyway. Because if we didn't counter the Jace, then they could have just drawn another River Turn Monument, and that would have sucked. Alright, opponent's gonna make a clue, sack the clue. It also gave, I just wanted to counter something so that I'd have something to make tokens with. Thankfully, they just gave me a really solid counter target. Alright, so we don't have to give up on Merfolk yet. Hooray! Tishana's Tidebinder is still such an incredible card. I've won like 3 games against Domain just by countering Overlord triggers and them scooping because it made them mad. You counter their Overlord of the Hauntwoods trigger and they're just not happy about it. I like that rabbit, I'll take it. Skrelv's Hive. gonna counter the Caretaker's talent trigger, because them not drawing that card might be huge for us. Of course they have another one. Okay, that's fine. They can't attack or anything. Yep, they draw a bunch of cards. We've got a pretty sweet hand, though, so depending on what they do here... because they may even just activate the third level of that talent. Beza. They gain life. That's fine, though. They can make another might. That's fine, too. Alright, let's gain a life, tap the Beza. Alright, they attack. We're gonna flash in Hexcatcher. Which lets us block, and then they don't get their toxic thing, so their stuff doesn't have lifelink, which is nice. They're gonna block with the Sanctifier. They draw some cards. Another Sanctifier. Lay down arms. Not a whole lot I can do about that. I want them to just activate the second level, the third level of one of these Caretaker's talents so I can counter it with Tidebinder and make them sad. Another Sanctifier. Another talent. I mean, this is the right play. It's obnoxious because I want to counter something with it, but it's just, it's completely a waste. Because I potentially have lethal. Deeper Pilgrimage. Hold on. They block 4/4. If they block Hexcatcher, they die. So we can afford to get in. The math. They don't know how to math. All they saw was, let me get the Lord. Yeah, he screwed up and attacked with the Lord. I win. Nope. Learn how to math, sir. Math is for blockers. That's the saying. You were the blocker. You're supposed to do the math. We take it. We take the wins when they don't know how to do math. Oh no, I don't know how to do stuff. Sorry, I'm dual streaming on Twitch and nobody's watching on Twitch, but somebody randomly commented like a bot or something, like peddling bad stuff. And I don't know how to get rid of it. I don't know how to delete it. Okay, I'm just gonna stop streaming to Twitch. And I'll figure that out later. Sorry. We will attack for 1. Okay, they've already got Jins in the graveyard. Which is annoying. Recommission. Yeah, I'm not sure. It wasn't. It's not worth it. There's literally nobody watching over there on Twitch, so it wasn't worth me like messing around with it and screwing something up. For right now, I couldn't find an option to delete the message, so there's nobody watching over there anyway. I figured I would at least try dual streaming because I had some people in the Discord talking about it. I don't want to sacrifice Mindspring Merfolk, but it's worth it to keep them from getting an Oculus. And they're absolutely going to attack with their Jin here. Which means we get to Harbinger of Tides it. And get it for 5. Oh, it's like, what is that? Harbinger of Tides? What? If they want to spend their whole turn just playing Jin, I'm cool with that. It looks like they've probably got Helping Hand, though. To get back an Oculus. Oh, this feels so bad, but we're doing it. Well, that's juicy, though. Enduring Curiosity. Draw some cards. Lands. Haughty Jin. Picklock Prankster. Mill 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that feels bad. Suck on this. You have to block something. Draw a card. Lockdown. Okay. It's annoying because it gets rid of our Hex Catcher, but that's like their whole turn. I think we're okay now. Maybe not. Gets a helping hand, but it's too late. Lethal. Boom. Get on out of here. Blue-white Oculus. All right, 2 wins. Can we get to Diamond with Merfolk of all things? Can we get to Diamond with mono blue Merfolk? Can we prove that Merfolk are still awesome? Sob. S-A-B. Double Cavern. We'll keep, because if we, as soon as we, the likelihood, okay, I'm not gonna jinx myself. We will hopefully find a non-cavern land. I was about to say the likelihood that we, oh, that's annoying. Thankfully, a lot of our deck is instant speed. So we can play it on their turn, so the coming in tapped isn't super relevant. Ghost Vacuum. Okay, well, so far... we're getting screwed. We're not finding our island. I don't know how many creatures our opponent's playing, and whether or not it matters, but we need a 3rd land for Tishana's Tiebinder at least. Meticulous Archive. Opponent gets their Surveil on. They mill a land, which means that gives me hope that they have a handful of lands right now. All right, get in there for 3. Look at the opponent giving us the Liliana smack. Oh, let me give him the Oko smooch. Go ahead and counter that so they can't do anything with their Ghost Vacuum anymore. At least until Tiebinder's gone. Authority of the consoles is very annoying. If they board wipe again, we'll bounce Tishana's Tiebinder back. Jace.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. What?
Surrender every last
Okay, they
thought
must have
to
a river churn
Phyrexia.
monument or something in hand. I'm taking a risk here, because if we find another blue mana, then Mindspring Merfolk could actually help us win the game. Or if we draw a Hex Catcher. There we go. We found a Hex Catcher also. Attack like this, no sense in giving them a free block with their anchorage. Alright, if they don't draw a board wipe, we're good. Oh, snap! GG. Alright, final boss of Platinum coming up. Can we do it? Can Merfolk take us all the way? Get us out of Plat and into the realm of Diamond. Final boss of the Platinum tier. Do we win? Or do we get knocked back and have to start over? I believe in us. I think we can do it. Kits. Keats. This is a decent start. It's not a super crazy hand. Opponent going first is not fun. Plains in case of the Uneaten Feast. Alright. Well, we're gonna play Mistway Spy. Since we drew Deep Root Pilgrimage. Alright, Hinterland Sanctifier. Ruin Lurker Bat, that's annoying. They don't block with their bat. Kinda hoping they would. Sheltered by Ghost. They hit that? I'm a little perplexed by what's going on with this deck right now. Hopefully we draw land. Thank goodness. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. This lets me block those 1/1s and lets me gain some life back. And we'll get in with this 1/1 since they're very unlikely to block it. Another case of the Uneaten Feast. Opponent's out of cards. So at this point, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be proactive. Alright, beautiful. We gotta play it carefully. I'm not gonna lose my diamond to this guy who's already out of cards. Let's put counters on armor, folks. The reason I'm doing it this way is because now I will be able to bounce their Hinterland Sanctifier and get back my Deep Root Pilgrimage and actually attack without them having favorable blocks. Come on, opponent. Let it resolve. Nice. GG Diamond! Nice! We made it to Diamond with Mono Blue Merfolk of all things. Finally the deck that got us there. Alright. Pretty early in the month. Usually as much jank as I play, I don't make it to Diamond until like halfway through the month. Alright, well since we're at the bottom of Diamond, now we'll play something else. Let's see. I want to play the Siphon Control list because I've been playing mostly kind of like aggro lists all night, and I've got about 15 minutes left, so I'm gonna play something a little different. Probably only have time for one game, so win or lose, hopefully it'll be a fun time. Angel of Death. No black mana. This is better. We will put back the cover up for now. Storm Chaser's talent. Making the otters. Getting in with the otters. Playing an Aether Siphon. Speed! I am speed. Temporary lockdown. That's obnoxious. Shieldred. Looks like they have removal. Rude. I got another one. They have a counter. I love how I get immediately matched up against a control deck. Opponent's gonna mill us first.
Surrender your mind to Phyrexia.
Mill. All things I wish I could be drawing, but did not draw.
The knowledge we acquired is still.
Draw a card, hopefully find a land. Cool, down one. Opponent's probably gonna start beating us to these restless anchorages soon. Beza, okay. Momentum Breaker, you can sacrifice that, please. Let's dig for a land. Didn't find it, that's okay. Opponent's gonna start beating us down with those, and we will get rid of it. The opponent doesn't have a counter here, that's gonna hurt, because they're not hitting their land drops either. Land. Unless I'm missing a land drop, I'm always gonna draw on their turn. Boy, oh boy. Land destruction today. 3 steps ahead, nice. Demolition field. Draw a card. I know this is like watching paint dry, but hey, we can get the speed up finally. I'm not letting them get any value. None. Zero. Zilch. Jace!
I've already read your thoughts. You won't stop us.
Opponent's gonna get lost our Jace. How rude.
The data requires scrutiny.
Speed Demon. Opponent's gonna sunfall our Speed Demon. How rude. Try it again. We don't need another one. I'm not super worried about dying to the Speed Demon because they're either going to kill it for us or we're going to mill them into oblivion next turn.
For the sake of Phyrexia, I will keep watch. I will clear your mind.
Alright, let's get rid of the Jace. Discard. Land.
I will iterate on my performance.
Oh man. Ah well, we'll put it on the bottom. Stormfacer's talent. Stormfacer's talent. Make a whole bunch of dudes. All right. I got a board wipe for this. They can mill us out, thankfully.
Phyrexia's will.
Close, but not quite.
I pull one thread, and your entire mind unravels.
Alright, Aether Siphon. I could have won with damage, but this is way more fun. Every card draws 8 cards. Oh wait, do we have enough? Did I mess up? Did we not have enough? How many? They have 26 left? We have 24 cards to mill. Oh no. Let me do math here. We might be a little short. If they have a frickin' Jace left. Oh no, we're like 2 cards short. Hey, Scoop. All right, we still won. All right, cool. Oh, man. I'm sure that was not that exciting of a list, but I love winning with Aether Siphon. I think Aether Siphon's such a cool card. It reminds me of Sphinx's Tutelage because it's basically the same card, but an artifact instead of an enchantment. Anyway, it is now 11 p.m. EST just about, which is when I end my streams, so I would like to just take a quick moment to thank all of you who have spent this time with me tonight. For those of you who spent a long time watching the stream with me, we had some really, really great games tonight. So definitely keep your eyes out for some videos on some of these decks that we played tonight, where I played the full 40 games. For any of you who are just joining the streams, I just want to point out that every time I make a standard video that's not one of my live streams, I always test my decks with 40 games before I share a video with you guys to make sure that the deck has some metal and that it's not just a 5, 10, 15 game win streak or something, to make sure it's actually good. So keep your eyes out this weekend for a video. I appreciate all of you so much. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. We're super close to 1,000 subscribers. So I appreciate any of you that helped me get to that milestone. And for those of you who are subscribed, thank you for getting me so close and for all of your support. It's been fun. It's been a great time. I had fun. Hopefully you had fun. The Ducks had fun. And I will catch you in the next one.